clinic.
You have that
and
much?
If I should add, these doctors were on daily shift with 12 of them daily, and four of these doctors were dedicated to inpatients, those who were on admission, and the 8 for outpatients. Between when the young lady appeared at the clinic on the 27th in the evening and when she was taken out to a secondary hospital, 180 other corps members attended the same clinic. The records are there for verification. And they took her later that day and proceeded to the Gwazo General Hospital, which was the nearest hospital. It was in that hospital where the doctors did further tests, which included HIV tests, hepatitis tests, kidney function test, and blood count, and discovered that she had kidney infection. And what followed was that because these results took time to come out, it was already very dark in the night. They decided to hold her. This was doctor's decision. They decided to hold and stabilize her till the following morning before transferring her to Aminu Kano Teaching Hospital, which was roughly about 2 hours drive away from the Gwazo General Hospital. And the reports we have shows that the stability desired was achieved until much later in the night, about 2 a.m., when her condition suddenly worsened. Because at that stage, they saw that she had started showing signs of fluid retention on her limbs. And in the attempt to further stabilize her, she finally died at about 4 a.m. on 29th. So you can look at the time perspective. She came in the first time at the clinic in the camp on the 27th in the evening. She was taken out of camp on the 28th to a secondary hospital, and she passed on in the early hours of 29th. In all of this, what is important is that there was no time lost on the part of NYSC. There was no negligence, because these are routines we are used to. After 41 years of corps administration, issues of health for corps members certainly can pose a serious challenge that NYSC cannot handle.
Important we live, sometimes it's quite difficult when you work for the government for you to state it the way it is. I had a frank discussion with someone who just left, who is also at the Obubra camp in Cross River State. And we also talked about issues of the health facilities there and the doctors that are present there and what form of medications they have at their disposal. And I'm quite sure if you take a count around your camp, you would agree that, well, the camp clinics are just not up to what they should be called clinics for now. But you still think that she was better managed before they got to the hospital, that is, before they got to Aminu Kano Hospital and the one in Gwazo?
Yes. Yes, she was managed well. But let me just state one fact. The camps, or rather the camp clinics, they are not teaching hospitals, because there are certain things the corps members are first of all supposed to do. Any corps member who has a health challenge upon registration gives such information to the camp authorities, and there are quick things we do. The initial examination or prognosis will tell you whether this corps member needs to stay further in camp, and that is why every state coordinator has the authority to do instant relocation from camp where a corps member has a health challenge that cannot be managed in camp, or where a corps member needs to be transferred to a bigger hospital for stability before being disengaged from the camp to go home either on sick leave or on relocation. these camp clinics are actually not designed to manage very serious ailments, like in this case, kidney ailment. That is not the purpose of a camp clinic. Of course, you know, because I am sure that there are some viewers and some of us who have been part of NYSC. You know that the most common ailments you find in camps are malaria, upper respiratory tract infection, and the general fatigue, because they are being introduced to a routine in a regimented camp that many of them have never done in their lives. So for that reason, you discover that the camps are well stocked, especially in these areas, so that there is no major health challenge that is actually the camps are designed to handle. The tertiary hospitals are there.
I know.
And let me just quickly add this too, that I was in the field myself as a state coordinator, and I remember that on several occasions, we had situations where we had to take corps members to tertiary hospitals. They did immediate surgery to relieve them of even pain or diseases which the corps members were not even aware of before coming to the orientation camp.
No,